Hi team, good morning. Today we are going to see the topic FSRP. So what is FSRP? So it's like first hop redundancy protocol. So we know that we have multiple companies uses routers for for as a gateway. So for a for avoid the broadcast domain. So here you can see that is in a company setup we have a one router, but if the one router has a service product, if this goes down or any device issues and all, so what might be our next option? So we need to have some redundancy means if one goes down, the another one act as a means I will work for the router, will work as a primary router. So that is called as a redundancy. So all the companies will have a redundancy. The reason behind is like, if something goes wrong with my primary, the secondary need to be worked. Secondary will work as a will take charge of the primary. So that what happened is there won't be any disconnection in the internet, and customer feel safe using the internet. So this is the reason we go for redundancy. So for that we have some redundancy protocols. So that is called as an FHRP. So first hop redundancy protocol. Okay, so let's see how the FSRP will work. Okay, so you can see FHRP. So first hop redundancy protocol. So FHRP or a group of protocol that provides a gateway default gateway redundancy. So initially we have a default gateway. So if we have two routers, so one router has a default gateway, and if it goes down, the redundant link will be work as a default gateway. If there is a more than one path to the same destination, so what is the reason? It will be if we have more than a path, then the default gate will have a redundancy. So for that I think not we have a three types of FHRP. So one is a HSRP. It's a Cisco proprietary. Okay, then VRRP. Sorry, the R is not there. I will update that one. So the second one is a VRRP. It's in a IEEE standard. It will work in all the routers. Okay. So third one is a GLBP. Okay. This is also a Cisco proprietary. It's an extended and uh, enhanced version of HSRP. Okay. So next, what is HSRP? First, we are going to see HSRP. What is HSRP? HSRP is a hard standby routing protocol. So HSRP is a Cisco proprietary. Okay, it's a Cisco proprietary. HSRP groups multiple physical routers. Okay, the multiple physical routers. Okay, it groups into a single. If it is in a single network or a single organization, it will be clubbed into a single router. These are all physical, not a virtual router. Okay, so there are two types are there in the HSRP. First one is active router and another one is a standby router, in which will have some virtual router as well. Okay, so what is active standby? So if we have, for example, if we have three routers in our organization, so one router will act as an active, other two routers will be act as a standby. So how it works and all, we call the network administrator as a we will configure the router. So and the active fee, for example, if active fee goes down, so it will check another two routers who has a good priority and highest MAC address. So it will be selected as a active router, and the third router will be goes to the standby. Okay, this is how it will work. So we can see there is some virtual IP address and MAC address are shared between these two physical routers. So active and standby routers will have a physical router. So which means physical routers with the help of will be with means that which virtual IP and MAC address are shared between these two physical routers. Sorry guys. So routers will which are generated together must be assigned to the same group number. Okay, so it means like which will be ranges from 0 to 255. You can see the virtual router which is generated and the physical router which is there with the which will be grouped into the help of a same number. For example, HSRP will have a HSRP 1 2 and all. So for this is an example I said. So the range starts from 0 to 255. So when a router goes down or the link into the router fails, there is a second physical device ready to respond to the same default gateway information. So you can get it what I said in my fourth point again. Yeah, here I'm mentioning the same. It's like if a router goes down or the router link goes fail, then the second physical device is ready to respond as a default gateway. Okay, let's see. So how the election process will work. For example, if it one is goes down, how the second will be got selected. So you can see user multicast message to communicate priority. First of all, so we have a multicast IP address here. So you can see in the last sixth point, 224.0.0.2 is my multicast IP address. User multicast message to communicate priority with other routers. Okay, the second priority is a default priority is 100. For HSRP and VRRP, we have a default priority as 100. Okay, so router with the highest priority will be active router and second highest will be the standby router. Okay, got it. The router which has a higher priority is active. For example, if a highest priority active router goes down there, then the second highest router with the highest priority will be changed as an active router and the other routers will be in a standby mode. Okay, if the priorities are the same, the first router up become the primary. If the priorities all has the same priority, for example, if 100 if we have three routers, if we have all has 100 as a default, so what happened is which router came up first will be acting as an primary. Okay, and here the default hold timer is 100. Okay, and hello timer is 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds it will share the update and it wait up to 10 seconds. So next is like hello messages uses multicast address of 224.0.0.2 for version 1 using UDP port number 1985. Okay, so it uses a UDP port number 1985. Sorry, we will go for next slide. So what is the terminologies of HSRP? So what is active and standby routers? How it works? You can see. So active router first actively forwards the user traffic. Okay, so first the active routers is it works as a primary here. So which will actively forwards the user traffic. Okay, sends a reply from ARP message request. You guys know ARP how it works, address resolution protocol. So sends a reply for ARP messages requested by virtual MAC. So there is something called virtual MAC. Okay, so virtual MAC and virtual router IP address. So it means there is no physical device. We will configure as a virtually so that if something goes down, the standby router feels like will get the means it will be changed the default gateway to the standby with the help of this virtual MAC address and virtual IP address. So then knows the virtual IP address and sends hello packets, hello messages. Okay. So the second one is a standby router, backup for active router. Okay, sends a hello messages. Again, the same what it is doing. When hello is not received, it will take the role of the active router and forward the user traffic. So it means if there is no hello from the active routers for 10 seconds, so 10 minutes, sorry, sorry, 3 seconds. So it will wait for up to 10 hold on timer. So again what happened is if it is no response, if there is no traffic from active router, so it will take the roles of active router and it will forward the traffic. Okay, this is what HSRP, this is called redundancy. Okay, so next is HSRP. There are two types of HSRP versions. So where one is HSRP version 1 and version 2. So first is a multicast IP address of 224.0.0.2, and HSRP version 2 is of 224.0.0.102. These are the two versions with different multicast address, and the group means version 1 have group number starts from 0 to 255, means it's a 2 to the power of 8. Okay, and if we go for sorry, if we go for group number uh, means version 2, it starts from 0 and ends with 4096. Okay, so next we go with the configuration. So how the configuration will work. So first we will get into the interface and interface number. Okay, then if inside the interface we want to configure, because we are doing on interface, the reason is the connected networks need to be know the gateway if it is changed. Okay, so hard, I mean standby HSRP group number. For example, if it is a group number 1, it's a group number 1, then IP of a virtual at IP address, we want to create a virtual IP address. And standby HSRP group, then priority. Priority, if you are changing, default is 100. For example, if you are changing, we need to mention the priority number, for example 150 and all. So next is a standby HSRP and HSRP number. There is something called preempt option. So if it is enabled, so the preempt option is enabled if the active router was, for example, if the active router is down, once again if it came up, then automatically the old active router will be changed to an active, and old as standby as a standby. So you can see here the standby version 1 or 2, you want to mention which version we need to go with. Okay, let's see the configuration. For example, I have two routers, so this is the configuration. So interface fast ethernet 0/0, this is my interface, and standby 10 and IP address of 192.168.201.254. Okay, this is what the virtual IP address. This IP need to be same on both routers. That's the reason the traffic will automatically forwarded to standby routers when the active goes down. Okay, then standby 10 as a yeah, HSRP number and IP, then priority I'm giving as a 200. So higher priority will work as an active router. Okay, if priority is also same, then the router which came first will be act as an active router. Okay, so you can see standby 10 as a preempt. Okay, then standby version 2, again in the router 2 interface fast ethernet, standby 10, again the same HSRP number and IP as a same virtual IP address. Okay, the reason is again it want the traffic need to switch to the standby if it is active is down. Then standby 10 IP priority 150. Okay, then the standby is version 2. So next, so for verifying the standby for verifying the HSRP, this is the command we use, show standby. Okay, so then